Hello foam fighters, I'm DrFlux. Today's video we're looking at the new Nerf 2.0 Warden. Now this is a reskin of the rough cut and we're going to see how it meets up to its original. So let's check it out. So the Nerf Elite 2.0 Warden is essentially a reskin of the Nerf Elite rough cut. Now this blaster is a little bit bigger and it does come with 16 darts, 8 of which are your orange with the blue tips, and then 8 are the blue with the orange tips. This blaster has claims on the package of 85 feet, and there's really not much more to talk about because it is just a reskin. So let's go ahead and get this thing open and take a look even further. All right, so the cool thing about the Warden, much like the rough cut, is you can fire 2 blasts at a time, making this a very cool shotgun. If it's anything like the rough cut, a partial pull will fire 1 dart and then a full pull will fire the other dart. And if you want to fire both at the same time, you just pull the trigger all the way. This blaster has a tactical rail here, which I believe the rough cut had. I'll have to pull up an image of that. I'm trying to see what else, because I think there was a sling point. There's 2 sling points. I don't know if what else has been added. It definitely looks a little bit more chunky than the rough cut. But yeah, let's open this up. So now that we got this thing out of the package, let's go ahead and take it outside, see what kind of FPS we get, and let's see how accurate it is. Now, as we can see, the Elites performed about 61 average FPS. This is not bad. I mean, this is kind of your Elite standard performance. I did notice that the first shot out of the top AR usually hits hotter than the bottoms. They just kind of, the hits like around 75 or so for the top, and then it will go down to like 50s, 60s for the bottom ones. So it's kind of interesting. And for some reason, the waffles performed better in this blaster. Usually the waffles don't have a higher FPS than Elites, but maybe it's because it had a better seal. Maybe the way the dart seats in there. But the average for the waffles was actually 69 FPS, so pretty cool. Now looking at this at the range, Elites are just so bad. It's almost like you need all 8 shots to hit anything at 25 feet. You can see some of this footage, it just, they go all over the place. And when I use the waffles, they seem to be a little bit more accurate, as you can see. I still was not too excited on the performance I got, but I was able to hit all targets out of 16 tries, so not horrible, but not the greatest either. My final thoughts on the Warden are, if you have no way of getting a rough cut, there is a new Elite rough cut. There's the N-Strike rough cut, and there's a new re-release. So if you can't get that thing, if you can't thrift one of these that's not broken, this is your last option. I would say then pick one up, but I'm really not 100% behind this thing. Based off what I've heard in the community and everything. Just about the overall durability of this thing. In my video, you can see I pretty much handled this thing pretty gingerly. I just didn't feel like breaking it. I think if you got this for a small child, I think they would probably play for it. And I'm not exaggerating, probably for like a day or two. And I think you'd start having gearing issues on the inside. So, just want to throw that disclaimer out there. And that's just from what I've seen in the community. But me personally, I do like the aesthetics of it. I think it looks very nice. The performance is kind of mediocre. But yeah, you could tell there's definitely a quality issue with it. I mean, I've seen several break already. Well, I'm DrFlux. That pretty much wraps up this review of the Elite 2.0 Warden. Let me know in the comment section if you think this thing is better than the original rough cut or just another reskin. I'm curious to see what you have to say. Well, if you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, happy nerfing.